Hey, what's up, everybody out there? Sacred hum people, sacred hummers. That just sounds weird, but I hope you're doing good and I hope you're having a great week. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have something special today. I actually am on the road. I'm recording this once again. You are in screen land. I am in recording land because I'm recording this the day before this broadcast is live. I'm in where am I at? I'm on Pike's Peak, okay, up somewhere in Pike's Peak or passed by Pike's Peak. So I just had to put Pike's Peak in there. One of my lyrics back in the day, I had a rhyme that I said, on Pike's Peak, when I speak without discreet to the streets, I got the keys like Pete. So I unlock my relief and see relief rain down like tree leaves in the fall. Word to Paul the Apostle. I'm like a kid with a new Paul ball when I spit gospel. Okay, so enough of me rhyming. But that's such a fun, uh, like why I'm laughing and I grabbed this leaf is because what we're going to do, I'm here at a men's retreat here in the mountains of Colorado, and we've been having a wonderful, wonderful time. There is nothing like seeing about 150 men meditate. We did the Hold That Thought meditation together, and the stories and the testimonies that came back were just amazing. So good stuff. Anyway, this is what I want to do. I want to talk a little bit about what we're going to do for our meditation today. Look at this. This is a leaf. This is a leaf from an aspen tree. I love aspen trees because all of these leaves, as they dangle down, they look like silver dollars because the way the sun reflects off of them and they twinkle a little bit. It makes the whole tree looks like it's alive, like it twinkles. If that makes sense, those that are familiar with aspen trees, you know what I'm talking about. The other aspect that is really amazing when we go out, we're going to actually get ready to go outside and I'm going to show you how beautiful it is. And there is this tree that's right outside of my cabin, my area that I'm staying in. And this tree is just hypnotic to me. I go and I could just sit and look at this tree and just get caught up in how the tree, how the leaves, they do their little twinkle twinkle in the sunlight and all of them together when I just look at all of them or look at just trying to focus on one of the leaves. It's just it brings me into that place. And so I thought I got to give this to my Sacred Hum family and let you guys experience this. So this is going to be an attempt. We'll see how it goes. You know how we do. We're trying it out and see how it looks. But I think this was is a great backdrop to have some time of 15 minutes of meditation. Again, idea I thought about is the idea of the hypnotic effect. What does it mean to like get caught up so much that you're like in a trance? And is that good or is that bad? I think that it depends on what trance you're trying to get into. Like to get in a trans state, okay, in other words, you're going to a higher state. You're transitioning to a different state of mind, a different state of being. And if you are following what the scripture says, trans state is all throughout the scriptures. Simply rejoice in the Lord. Again, I say rejoice. That is a commandment of a trans state, meaning that no matter where you are, put your mind on the goodness of God. And to rejoice means to recycle joy. Literally, the Greek word for rejoice is to recycle joy. Take joy and put it back in the vat and recycle it because there's way much more power, much more juice that you can get out of that joy than you've gotten. So put it back in and recycle it and get the energy back from it. That's trans state stuff. The idea of the hypnotic effect, I like it, is that have you ever heard a great beat or like I said, looking at that tree or just in a state of allowing your mind to just float into a good place and you just find yourself just kind of just time doesn't exist. Kids do it all the time. They just kind of get into a daydream. We call it daydreaming. I like to call it that hypnotic effect. Well, we're going to allow the hypnotic effect to be something that we leverage for the good to get our minds into that trance state, our hearts into that trance state, possibly get a mind and heart alignment as we enter into a state of meditation. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to now try to pick this up. I'm doing this on my laptop. So we'll see if this actually works good or not. I don't know. I don't have a clue. I hope we're getting good internet access. So let's see what happens. The wind is blowing out here as well. You guys, I wish that I could give you this. I wish I could give you this feeling, man. It is so beautiful out here. And so it might be a little bit choppy, but we'll see when we do maybe post production, okay? And we'll see how it looks. Now, that tree that you saw right there, that's the tree that we're going to turn this video around. Actually, I'm going to turn my camera around so I can get an even better DPI, right? And so you can actually see that. So that is what we are going to attempt to focus on. And so in this particular meditation, I'm going to take it completely off of myself because you don't need to see me. You know what I look like. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. Let me go into camera right now. And once again, as I'm changing this around, you won't see anything, but you'll hear me talk. And so that'll set us up for what we're going to do. What we're going to do here is the idea is focusing on that idea of the hypnotic effect. Okay. The sun is in a beautiful place. Sun's right up there. Let me just go and hit you with that sun. Boom, the sun. What you know about the sun? All right. Sun's in a beautiful place, and I got this beautiful aspen tree with all of these leaves. You may be hearing some of the rustling of the leaves. That's amazing within itself. I'm going to allow a little bit of music to start, and we're going to get ready to go into a place of meditation right now. So I'd like to encourage you to start out with a deep breath inwardly. And even though there may be a little choppy starting off, but we're just going to take some time to look at this aspen tree, looking at each leaf as it rustles in the wind, getting caught up in that moment as the wind is blowing. And as you're breathing deeply and you're hearing that wind, I want to challenge you to use your imagination and imagine the power of wind blowing through your lungs, through your breathing cavity, and refreshing your entire body with a fresh supply of oxygen, nitrogen, all that you need. And as you're breathing, allow your breathing to become deeper and determine that you will channel your breathing to go deep down, in a sense, to the bottom of your belly. Push out the air and then breathe it back in through your abdomen. And exhale. And as we go deeper beyond focusing on our breath, I want to ask you to use your imagination and imagine what it would be like to feel what the leaves feel like as they rustle in the wind. I am particularly reminded of Jesus's Sermon on the Mount when he says, "Consider the lilies of the field. They toil not, neither do they spin." Think about the peace that is encapsulated within this aspen tree. As it responds to the wind, the leaves rustle and make their noise, and it's a sense of perfect peace. And in the same tradition that Jesus says to consider the lilies of the field, I want to offer to you to consider the aspen on this mountain. It doesn't demand for the sun to shine. It doesn't protest that the wind should blow. But in the sun, shining of the sun and in the blowing of the wind, it finds life. And it allows the leaves to go through photosynthesis. And as the poet David said, that the leaves of the field clap their hands. I want to ask you to do this. Use your imagination, and in your mind's ear, the way you would hear it if you were right in the middle of this aspen and heard all of the leaves rustling as if they are applauding you. Applauding this moment. Applauding the love that is shed abroad. Comes the applause. Now I'm going to ask you to shift your imagination slightly. And I want you, just as the leaves of this tree are rustling and expressing noise, David said they clapped their hands. The leaves of the trees clapped their hands. What a poetic flow and idea. I want you, from deep within your heart, to join in with the clapping, the applauding of these leaves for the entire creation as a type of praise to the infinite creator for creating us all. When the next rush of wind comes through, allow yourself in your own imagination to join in exuberant praise, a frenzy of appreciation and love and gratitude to the infinite creator, giving him, as this tree is standing tall, type of standing ovation. In a sense, you're saying, you go, God. You go. Here it comes. There it is. Clap with it. Clap with it. Clap with it. And as you're looking at this aspen, or you are in your mind's eye with your eyes closed, thinking about this aspen, this aspect of a leaves in the tree, reflecting from the sun, moving from the wind. One other interesting aspect of this aspen's life is we see, especially in this time of fall, is how these leaves fall from the tree. In a deeper consideration, considering this aspen, notice that there is no complaint, there is no protest, there is no trying to escape the cycle of life. But as surely as the leaves fall, it's proof that the cycle of life is in effect. In our last minute together, I want you to think about how many people on this planet right now are slipping into eternity. like leaves falling from the tree. And in an act of compassion and love, I ask you to extend your love to their families, to their loved ones. Extend the hope of God's grace to hold them up in this time of what we as humans consider loss, but the tree sees as a cycle. We extend that love. We are grateful for this moment. As we end this meditation, I want you to stretch your hands, stretch your heart, stretch your body. Congratulate yourself for taking another 15 minutes of silence, of solitude, of contemplation, of finding that sacred hum. Okay, I wanted to come over here on this side. I don't even know what I look like over here. That tree, though, since I've been here, I've been looking at that tree and spending some time with it. You guys, thank you for a good time of hanging out with me. Actually, as you're watching this, I'm probably preaching the last message in the men's retreat, and then I'm coming home. So lift me up in prayer for safe travel. That last part was interesting, right? The idea of, let me just take this in here. The idea of so many loved ones that are being lost right now. You guys, I want you to think about those that you care about and realize and be grateful for those who are in your life that are with you. Because surely as those leaves fall from that tree, only making room for the cycle to continue, there are many people who are coming and going. So appreciate those who are with you in this season. Hey, I got to get out of here. I got to go on to turn this thing off and try to still make it look smooth. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week as well. We got some great stuff coming up ahead with Sacred Hum, great stuff to report to you guys. So thank you so much for your time, for your love. I will see you guys later. I'm out of here. Peace.